Welcome back to AM Northwest. You know, there's only so much you can control, so let go. Here to share some helpful tips, we welcome back our confidence coach, Laure Redmond. Good to see you. I feel like, are you talking to yourself in this one?
Yes.
Because you say you're a control freak, right?
I am.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was. My friend Michelle told me I was. It was so funny.
Friends.
I was telling her something about someone being controlling. She goes, "You are a control freak. I can't believe you're saying that about someone else."
So what do you think causes control? Causes someone to want to be in control?
Well, this is the kind of sad part, is it comes from some sort of dysfunction as a child in a household where there is no control.
Right.
Everything's out of control. So I always like to find the empathetic thread to something that's not exactly pleasant to be suffering with or moving through. And I think a lot of times control issues do come from feeling a fearfulness in a childhood or some
instability
kind of
as a child.
Exactly, exactly.
I totally understand that one. So you say, speaking of which, identify the roots of that.
Yeah, I think we can all do a little work here. I think it's helpful to really dissect what creates control in you or me or anyone. And I often notice how it's hidden. So I was hiding it. Michelle, my friend, called me out on it. But here's some ways it hides. Let's say you are really stressed out and you hyper manage your schedule instead of being stressed out and managing stress. Because there are ways to manage it. Let's say you're fearful of abandonment, which is one of my issues, and you're holding too tight to a relationship. You're trying to control it instead of dealing with abandonment. Another example would be you feel vulnerable and you start criticizing someone else instead of being vulnerable. So these emotions lead you to understanding your own control issues. And then when you really get to know what the emotions are, the tightness of the control lightens up. It's another way through.
Some people also kind of rename their control as a way to validate it or say it's okay.
That was my problem. You know, you think you're so organized or you're so competent or you do it so well. But that is not pleasant for someone else. Because even though you may believe that, and that's how you validate it being controlling instead of what it, you know, it's shutting down someone else's participation. So even if you think you're so good at something and that's why you're doing it more than they are or telling them what to do, it doesn't go over well. So you have to really lighten up where it might be hiding. And control does hide. You can see it at a dinner table. You can see it in a family when someone makes a snide comment. And it's a controlling comment, but it isn't profiled as control. So we have to find where it's hidden.
Okay, I gotcha. You say to write down the circumstances that you wish to control.
Yes, because when you write it, you see a pattern. You know, do I act more controlling at work, at home, with friends, with my family? And then notice what the behavior is that you do that's controlling. And then also note the outcome. Because when there's a lot of control in a scene, the outcome is never favorable. And if you track it in a written position or a journal, you start to see where you actually are controlling and acting out, and that's where you have to be very careful and very aware that that's not going to help connect you to work friends, personal friends, or family.
You say also to focus on what you can actually control.
Yeah, so you can prepare for a situation, you can control how you prepare for something, and you can control how you react to something. That's it. Like, you have agency to do those two things. But if you go outside of the lines there, you're probably not going to end up in a great situation with someone else in a controlling way. You'll take over in the control.
I know I have friends who have adult children who are moving out of state, and they so want to control where their child moves to. It's like, that's not your decision to make.
Can you say that? I think you...
I have said that.
Good.
You know,
because I think parents really lose sight of control.
Like they think they can control an adult child, and you can't.
No.
You say to devote your energy to true happiness.
Yeah, if you notice you're a lot more controlling than you want to be, one way to work with it is to really get involved with new groups of people, do some meetups, find new ways to be in communion with other people, because when new people become part of your life, you don't control as obviously as you do with someone you know. So go towards something happy, something new. It's a perfect time in the new year.
Right.
And then you're going to have a chance to be less controlling because you're not in a familiar environment.
Yeah.
And that helps to go towards happiness. Control is not going to take you to happiness.
And
in your
acceptance is really the key too, right? Is accepting what you can't control.
And all the people we love that we wish did things differently. But they don't.
Yeah.
And we can't control them. We can only control ourselves.
Someone's talking about a partner, I have a feeling.
Well, I just...
no, I'm thinking of my husband. So there's that.
Yeah.
There's that.
Yeah.
Love you, Laure.
Love you too. Happy New Year
Happy
and Christmas to everyone.
Absolutely. We'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.